Welcome back to the Popish Plot. I'm Nate.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Mike.
I only just momentarily forgot what I was doing.
We've only been doing this, I think, 9 years. Our little off-run does covering it.
It totally worked. You paused just long enough to make it funny.
Yes. We're back with part 3, the final part of our Saints of November.
And we start off with one who we've used in a game show or something solely because of the country they're from.
And we start exactly where we left off with a feast on November the 16th.
Yep, this is Saint Margaret of Scotland, also known as Margaret of Wessex.
Wessex.
Yes, I know.
She was born approximately 1045 and died on November the 16th, 1093.
Now, her feast day used to be on June 10th because that is the birthday of her son James the 7th of Scotland. Mm-hmm. Because, as you could probably guess by the fact that her name is of Scotland, she is the Queen of Scotland. Mm-hmm. I double-checked. She was counted as a queen.
No. She was totally Queen of Scotland. I'm just having a hard time figuring out how she was living in the 1000s, and her son is James the 7th, because the James who became the first of England is James the 6th of Scotland.
Maybe I did this wrong, and maybe the information was wrong.
Roman numerals are tough.
Nonetheless,
Regardless.
her son...
Her feast day used to be June 10th because
Yes.
she had a son named James, and he became the King of Scotland.
Yes.
And I don't know what number it is because apparently I looked it up wrong.
Or just wrote it down wrong. It's fine.
Yep.
So, what was great about her was she proved that you can have a high station in life. You can have all the advantages available to someone of your time and still be a great saint.
Yes. Yes. I didn't write down too much information about her because I was very tired when I was writing this, and B, her story seems to be like many of the royal saints we get of she was wealthy, but she was still humble, and she used her wealth for the good of others, and she cared about others, and
especially back then, you do not become the queen of a country unless you're already of very high status. Mm-hmm. There weren't, whatever you call it, the unequal morganatic or whatever you call an unequal marriage to royalty. That just wasn't done back then. It could cost you your throne. Yeah,
like a lot of things I found about her was where she was living because, her dad was in exile and how she became, married to this person and stuff. Mm-hmm. Interesting if you care about the royal part, not at all related to the saintly part.
Yep.
The issue is the James.
Okay.
She's not mother of James, any James of Scotland.
Is it David the saint?
However, she is mother of David the First.
Awesome sauce.
All right. So now we know that David the First was born on June 10th. Unless I also wrote that wrong.
No worries. Next, another great queenly saint.
Yep. Saint Elizabeth of Hungary, also known as Heilige Elisabeth von Troningen.
Thuringen.
I believe technically the I is supposed to have one of those accents or the U, but I didn't...
Umlaut!
Yeah. Thuringen, yeah.
No,
she was born...
this one, not the
Gotcha. Yes, she was born Hungarian.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe. Born July 7th, 1207 in Shoni, Kingdom of Hungary, now Bratislava, Slovakia.
And then she died November the 17th, 1231. She was only 24 years old in Marburg, the Landgraviate of Thuringia in the Holy Roman Empire, which is now Hesse in Germany. Mm-hmm. Home of the Hessians, which as Americans we dislike.
But they do make the best Halloween stories about headless people.
Indeed they do. Her attributes are roses, a crown, and a food basket.
She's a patron of hospitals, nurses, the falsely accused, bakers, brides,
countesses,
dying children, exiles, the homeless, lace makers, widows, and many locations.
Now, based on everything we know about the saints, if you are the patroness of the falsely accused, of widows, what do you think is probably going to happen to you in your life?
Bad things. Is going to happen.
Happened to you. Happened to
Bad
you.
things happened to you. She
Yeah.
was the queen and was cousin to another saint queen, was a miracle worker, and possibly
Oh no,
a third order.
yeah, no, all that's true. No, she has like the matriarch of a whole family of saints.
Yeah.
So many of her descendants became saints.
And
Well,
there's
I just
also
like-
possibly a third order Franciscan.
Yep.
I love the fact that Saint Elizabeth of Hungary was like first cousins of Saint Elizabeth of England.
Yes.
They have the same name. They were both, princesses, just different countries.
Well,
Once
again,
again,
totally happened all
Once
the
again,
time,
it
but,
was a time when if you were a royal, you were going to be married to another royal, which at some point you get to a point where everybody who's royal
yes,
is related
World War
to somebody
I,
who was related to you.
everyone who was
Yeah.
a kingdom were first cousins
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah,
the
that's-
fact that they have the same first name.
yeah, that's not even of the time. There's a great picture of George V of England and Nicholas II of Russia, and they each have put on the other country uniform, so it's really hard to tell who was who.
I mean, this is the good thing, because if you didn't do it where you were all in different countries, you end up with the Habsburg line, where eventually you marry enough, husband uncles that you can't have kids.
Anyway, so she was great. She wanted to serve the poor, to serve Christ in the poor.
But she
so
was a princess.
she would, and she'd get in trouble for giving too much away. Like she'd just give away her royal wardrobe, and they'd be like, "Where'd all your clothes go?" But she was
They needed more than I did.
She was taking bread to the poor once, and her husband caught her, and she was going to get in trouble. But when he made her show her what she was holding in her dress, it was flowers. It was roses. So she didn't get in trouble.
Yeah, I feel like the being the patron of the falsely accused, unless there's a story about her I don't know, is not incredibly, correct, because she was accurately accused of constantly giving away all the royal riches.
Ah,
Even if they miraculously came back.
it's fine.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
She was persecuted by her husband's family after he died. They were jerks to her, but it's okay, because she's a great saint.
Next up, we have Blessed Miguel Pro, also known as Jose Ramon Miguel Agustin Pro Juarez.
He was born on January the 13th, 1891, and died on the 23rd of November, 1927.
You see
I did not list attributes because, again, he's one of those saints where his attributes are, this is literally a picture of him. This is a picture of him.
This is a photograph of his martyrdom.
And as he was quite clearly of Latin descent and died during the 1920s, you can probably guess that he was a Jesuit who was killed during the Cristero War.
He's totally Mexican. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, priests, it was illegal for a priest to wear clerics in public.
But one of his attributes is a picture of him wearing clerics.
No. Well, no, but you can wear clerics, just not out in public.
Yeah. And
But, so,
it's a formal picture that you can see if
Yeah.
you find a picture of him and it's
But-
priestly.
his martyrdom is very well photographed, because when the communists in Mexico were going to kill him, he's wearing civilian clothes, and he acted like he was in a Creed video, because he made his body cruciform, and the communists took lots of pictures because they thought this is going to be a great propaganda coup for us. So he does this, they shoot him, they put it in all the papers, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, we should totally go back to church." Once again, the blood of Christians is the seed of the church. Ha ha!
Also, if you have a horrible regime, photographing it does not help.
Later, totalitarians learn this.
If you have a horrible regime, photographing the horrors that you allow does not help.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So his attributes are, literal photographs of him.
he doesn't officially have any patronages that I could find, but I imagine there's numerous unofficial ones. I'm sure a lot of Mexicans have a devotion to him because
pretty
he's
new.
Mexican. The political prisoners given his life.
The Cristeros. Maybe he should be a patron of photographers or something. We'll have to see if somebody is already that.
Yes.
It's probably St. Clair. She took all the picture of things back before they were invented.
All the visual things before anybody. Yeah.
And
That's the way it works.
And rounding out this episode and the month,
Because we're running out of days.
because we're running out of days, Saint Andrew. Yes, that Andrew.
The apostle.
He was born, it's thought around 5 AD. He's considered probably bit younger than Peter, his brother,
Sure.
so forth. He died somewhere in the 60s to 70s.
His feast is November 30th. His attributes are long white hair and a beard, a gospel book or scroll, a fishing net, and St. Andrew's cross.
He's the patron of fishermen, fishmongers, rope makers, textile workers, singers, miners, butchers, farmers, the Russian Navy, the U.S. Army Rangers, and against sore throats, convulsions, fevers, whooping cough, and is the patron of many, many locations, most prominently Greece and Scotland.
Yes, because again, he was a very early saint.
Yeah. And as for the story of his life, he was one of the 12 apostles.
You can read about him in the Gospels.
He's featured prominently in the Gospels of our Lord Jesus Christ. Go read them.
Yeah, we have pretty good sources for this.
Yeah. It's largely thought that he's not the top tier, but he's like second tier apostle. He shows up in a lot of things.
He's not in the inner three, but he's always listed as one of the first four.
Yeah.
In part because he's Peter's brother, but mostly because, according to the Gospel of John, he was the first one who
He was the first one who said, "No, dude, we gotta go follow these guys."
Yeah, we have found the Christ. It's awesome. and Peter's like, "I'm busy fishing."
You're coming with me. I'm busy fishing. You're coming with me.
But I'm a sinful man. I know. I'm your brother.
I'm just
Believe me, you don't need to tell me.
the normal, like sibling dynamics. It's a little brother.
Yeah.
Come on, we have to go follow him. He's the Messiah. He's like, you said this 5 times this week. You're not getting out of the boat this time.
This is your 3rd Messiah this month. All right?
And we still
Dad
have
says we need to catch some fish.
We still have to make water. Although, again, for all we know, Peter was the boss. Not like James and John, who were working for their dad.
Or more likely their mom, given how she was in charge of making sure they got on the left and right.
Yes, but it specifically mentioned that they were working with their dad, and then they left him with the hired men. So, and like his brother Peter, Andrew was crucified on a unusual cross because he didn't feel himself worthy to be crucified in the same shape as our blessed Savior. So, thus the X-shaped St. Andrew's cross.
Or he was thinking ahead. He's like, everyone's going to imagine this cross is Jesus. If I do this one and it ends up on any flag anywhere, they'll be like, oh, they like St. Andrew.
Look, that cross was metal, but this cross, way more metal.
So, those are in 3 parts, the Saints of November.
Yes, go down below. Once again, comment on the saints that we talked about. Comment on the saints we didn't talk about. Comment on the saints you think we should talk about.
If you've got theme ideas for December, we're open.
And once again, if you think we should go and do a pilgrimage tour of the state of Pennsylvania, you need to go down below and speak up.
Or time travel back in time when we had much more resources of people we knew that lived in the state / events we were going to, so we could go back and then do it then, and then we'd already have it out now.
It's not an impossibility. Just go down below.
We're all forward time travelers. We just can't go backwards.
Yes.
So, until next time,
Remember to live your faith.
Love your faith.
share that love.